Ow. Okay, let's go. Hello everyone, if you guys are new to the channel, welcome. I just want to first say thank you for all the support on my last day in the life video. You guys went insane on that video. I did not expect that to do well. For those of you that haven't watched that video, basically I covered a day in the life of my investment banking internship. But today I'm going to be actually talking about how I got my internship so far during college in investment banking and in management consulting. Even if you guys aren't business majors or are specifically looking for internships in those areas, this video is still going to be helpful as I go through different steps to help you get internships through college. But before we get right into the video, I'll give you guys a little bit of background on myself. So for starters, I'm a junior majoring at the University of Houston. That does not make sense. Okay. I'm a junior at the University of Houston, pursuing a major in finance at the moment. Used to major in accounting, but I ended up dropping it because I just dislike accounting extremely, like terrible times. But I started looking for internships my freshman year of college and was able to get one in investment banking for my sophomore summer. And now more recently getting my first internship in management consulting for this upcoming summer in 2023. All right, so throughout the video, I'll be covering 4 different steps that I usually follow in terms of looking for internships, which is 1, researching, networking, working on the application, and actually preparing for the interview once you get it. Now, when I say research, a lot of you guys might be thinking of something else, whether it be for a class, but while research does sound a little tedious, it's really applicable in terms of looking for careers. And what I mean by this is spending time going on YouTube, watching videos on different career paths or day in the lives, like my internship video or other creators that you've seen on how they go through their day at work, or going on Google and just looking up, okay, like what type of job is this? What's the experience I need? Is it something that's really interesting to me? Because I know as a freshman, I was super confused just trying to figure out like what career I wanted to pursue. All right, the next step, networking. Super underrated, but one of the most important things when it comes to looking for jobs, internships, or just gaining different opportunities in life. Typically, networking allows you to meet someone and either have them give you extremely good advice on how to become a better candidate for an application, or they'll give you different steps on how you should proceed when you're going through that recruiting process. Oftentimes for college students, we have a lot of different career fairs where companies will come out and talk to students, and then you'll get that opportunity to talk to a recruiter or maybe an employee for that company, and they'll explain what you need to do to be ready for this internship. In my case, I didn't really have none of the companies I wanted to work at were typically at my career fair.
And typically what I would do is, as I didn't have companies I wanted to apply to at my career fairs, I would just hit up people on LinkedIn, a really good way to network with others. Usually I would just send a nice warm introduction stating who I am, a nice body paragraph about my intent, and then after just concluding it with me wanting to connect with them and so forth.
All right, so the third step, the application. So basically what's involved with that is typically a company will ask for your resume, extra details such as like what school you go to, who are you, where are you from, where are you born, and they might also ask for a cover letter as well. So for those of you that don't know what a resume is, it's basically a page that summarizes your experiences, whether it's a part-time job you worked, an internship you've had before, your extracurricular activities, skills that you have, different awards, achievements, and your GPA. There's different resumes that you can potentially make that are tailored to specific jobs. So if you're in going for investment banking, like in my case, I had the focus on specific type of experiences that were more relevant to business. I'll actually show you my resume I used my freshman year to start applying for stuff. Don't roast me because it was honestly not that good, but in comparison to what I have now, a huge step up, and it's something that you continue to improve on. I'm not gonna go too in depth on cover letters, but cover letters are basically pages that summarize your interest in the particular company, maybe why you're interested in the industry in the first place. So for example, I had to write a cover letter for my consulting recruiting, and I basically just described what made me interested in consulting, why did I want to work at the specific firm. Most applications will ask for a resume and maybe a cover letter, but it's not necessarily required. The application portion is one of the most important parts of the whole process, just because if your resume is not intact or up to par, you're most likely not going to get that interview. So I would always recommend proofreading, because I remember when I was applying for my internships, I thought my resume was banger. I thought it was like the golden ticket. And then I had a friend at another school look at it and they were just like, no, left me like 100 comments, and I had to fix that. And internships are really competitive in the first place. Like there's thousands of candidates applying for these roles. So if you don't actually get the interview, don't feel discouraged, just keep applying. Okay, so preparation, one of the most important, basically the last step in the whole process. Usually within interviews, it depends on the industry or the job specifically, but you'll have behavioral questions and you'll have technical questions. To summarize, behavioral questions are questions that the company uses to get to know you, whether it be from why did you choose your major, why are you interested in this company, why are you interested in this job. Whereas technical questions are there to assess your skills, to see how much you've learned, how much you're able to do. So those can be for like CS, like, the typical leak code questions, investment banking. I had to go through different financial terms. I had to explain different financial concepts. My consulting interviews, I had to do a case interview, which is basically solving a business problem in like 30 minutes through making a whole idea and just breaking it down and developing a solution for the client. But there's a whole wide variety of different questions, and that's why it takes a lot of time to prepare, because you need to not only prepare for behavioral questions, but if the internship interview has technical questions as well, you have to prepare for that too. So there's a few things that I usually did to prepare for these internships in the first place. Typically, I would just try to find time throughout my days to, one, look up questions that I might be asked. So for investment banking, there's a whole wide variety of different questions you could be asked. So there's a lot of books out there where you can go through different technical terms, even behavioral terms. One thing that will really help you, especially as you prepare, is mocking with people. So doing mock interviews.
For mock interviews, you can just get a trusted friend or a mentor to help you practice the questions for the interview, as you see. Also,
there's a really good method called the STAR method, where you basically explain the situation, the task, the action, the result. So with any experience you have, whether it be from a part-time job, you can take a scenario and apply that method to it, and it would allow you to answer those behavioral questions like, oh, tell me about a time where you didn't have a cooperative teammate. Once I did that for a bit, I moved on to the technical questions, which is basically preparing for financial terms. I'll have some listed over here, but I had to study those for a bit, practice them with friends. But honestly, there's a lot of things that are involved with the recruiting process, right? There's a lot of different factors. So my experience might be different from someone else's. Someone else might have different advice to give. But if you guys have any questions about getting internships or things that I did and you want to know more in detail, just let me know down below in the comments. I'll be answering those after the video. Anyways, thank you guys for making it to the end of the video. I'm actually going to be making a lot more college and career related content like this, so stay tuned for that. But as always, hit that like button, hit the sub button. It really means a lot. And thank you as always. I'll see you on the next one. So peace. Also, 99% of you guys are not subscribed, so please hit that sub button, please. That's my last self-promotion. Okay, bye.